So, the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer dropped, and I'm not the least bit excited. Even though one of my favorite characters from the entire franchise is making a comeback, I'm still not hyped or anything. Because of that monstrosity that was The Last Jedi, I've kind of become a pessimistic little bitch towards the series. Now, I used to be a big fanboy for Star Wars. I grew up on the prequels and the original trilogy. I even got around to watching the Clone Wars TV series, and it's really good. But unfortunately, Kathleen Satan Kennedy got her grubby little hands on the franchise, and now it's absolute garbage, excluding Rogue One and maybe Solo. And listen, if you're excited for this movie, more power to you, but at least hear me out on why the past actions of JJ and Johnson and the return of Palpatine hurt the franchise immensely. If Palpatine is alive, what was the point of Vader's sacrifice? He pretty much died for nothing now that I think about it. Palpatine should have remained dead in Episode 6. I mean, his return is just for fanboys to say, the Emperor's coming back, there. I mean, for God's sakes, I think Superman can fly in and save the day and the fanboys will chant, "Look, Superman and Star Wars crossover!"
Snuff the Beatles! Snuff them!
This is the same shit Zack Snyder did for Batman vs Superman by adding Wonder Woman into the movie. She did nothing but have the fanboys chant, "Oh look, it's Wonder Woman, whoa!" It was purely for fan service, and this is what this is. Palpatine is actually a very well-written character. I loved him in the prequels, I loved him in the Clone Wars, and I loved him in the original trilogy, and I feel like they're just gonna butcher his character. Anyways, the trailer also revealed the return of Lando, who is also one of my favorite characters from the franchise, though I don't think he'll get butchered by the writing or anything. He's probably there for a little bit of fan service, and that's all. No big deal. See, this is fine because his appearance doesn't have some giant impact on the plot. It's just an old character returning. Kind of like Admiral Akbar, except The Last Jedi f***ed that up too. We do also get to see other characters in the trailer, such as Poe, Flynn, Rey, Chewbacca, Ben Swallow, and thank God almighty, no Rose. If this movie kills her off in a comedic flashback at the beginning of the movie, I won't even be mad about the rest of the movie. Like she uses her animal rights activist skills to help a sick Rancor or some shit, and it just eats her. I will say though, I am kind of curious how the Emperor will interact with Kylo's character. Now, Kylo is a little bitch. He's about as edgy as Jughead from Riverdale.
You won't throw in with the ghoulies, but you will with the cops. Where's the honor in that?
Calm down, tall boy.
But seeing how Snoke manipulated this guy, I wonder how that will come into play with Palpatine. Also, I want to say The Rise of Skywalker is kind of a funny title to me. The newer trilogy is supposed to be about Rey, but I think even JJ is getting bored with her and just wanted to make another Skywalker movie. And as we know, the only Skywalker left is Leia. Is the movie going to be about her? Is she going to unlock her full potential of using the Force and fight Palpatine? Honestly, I think I'd rather watch a hoary old woman fight the Emperor in a lightsaber duel than experience Rey's quote-unquote character development. Even Mark Hamill can't even remember her name. That's how fucking boring this character is. Speaking of Rey, the trailer opens up with her on a sandy planet. I'm gonna have to take a wild guess and say this is Tatooine, because this franchise loves to milk that planet for some reason. Why does this movie want to show me a bunch of fucking sand again? It's boring. Go somewhere else. Go to a different planet. I completely understand Anakin's hatred for sand now. It's coarse, rough, and it's f***ing everywhere. All we've gotten from the new trilogy so far is a bunch of sand planets and a Hoth ripoff. Do something different, please. And no, an abandoned island doesn't count. Now, is this movie gonna be worse than The Last Jedi? That's a very tough question, and that's not because we barely know anything about Episode 9, but because Last Jedi was so f***ing bad, it's very questionable whether or not JJ and Johnson could really make a movie worse than The Last Jedi. In my opinion, I think they both had the capability to do so.